Hey guys, and welcome to Planning with Ellie. Today I'm going to share with you guys a tutorial on how to make these paper clips right here. I had made this specific paper clip for one of my pen pals, and she's also my dear friend, and she requested for me to make a video on how to do them because she wanted to learn as well. So I hope I can inspire you guys to make your own paper clips. So you can basically make paper clips using ribbons, embellishments, stickers, you name it. You can do all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna put these to the side so we can get started. I'm gonna start off with the lace paper clip. I already cut one lace down to size. So basically got some ribbon from Michael's and I just cut it about this long. I don't have specific measurements. I just kind of eyeball it. I like to cut it a little bit longer just because I want to make sure I have enough. I can always trim it down. You're going to need some paper clips. I got this pack of gold paper clips from Amazon. I believe it was like $10 and it comes a pack of 100. I've made a lot of paper clips already and I still have very many left to use. And then you're also going to need your choice of ribbon. You're going to need a circle punch, and you will see why. You're going to need some nail polish, some scissors, and a hot glue gun. And of course the stickers and embellishments of your choice. Okay, so we're going to take this paper clip right here, and you're obviously going to have this part facing up. You're going to take your ribbon, and you're going to take your first loop and pull it through. And it should be wrapped around like that. Then you're going to take your second piece and you're going to loop it through, and it should be wrapped around like that. So that's exactly what it should look like at the moment. And then you're going to pull it. So now you're going to pull it nice and tight, and then while holding the ribbon, you're going to take your hot glue gun and you're going to glue it. Sorry, I just moved the camera. And then you're going to let it dry. While you let that dry, because the hot glue is clear and this is lace, I really don't mind that the glue shows. You can always cover it with some paper. But I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to take this bow right here. I don't want this whole sticker, so I'm going to cut some of it down. Okay, so I cut the sticker down because I don't need that whole sticker. And then now that that's dried, I'm going to put some hot glue right there. I hate these little string things. That's the only bad thing about the glue gun. And then you're going to put your bow right there. And then you're just going to press down. And you just want to bend it. And that is exactly what your first paper clip should look like. Very easy, very simple, very fast. And it looks so cute. And I think I'm actually going to leave it that length. I don't think it needs to be any shorter. I think that length is perfect. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my nail polish. It has to be a clear nail polish because you obviously don't want it to stain the lace ribbon. And then you're just going to touch it up on the edges. And this is a good trick so that the ribbon doesn't break down. And you can put as much as you need to. I also sometimes use a lighter, but not on this kind of ribbon because it will definitely burn. I did that once and it burned and it smelled. And there you go. And just let it dry for a little bit. But there goes your first paper clip, guys. Very quick, very easy. So moving on to the next one. Now we are going to do a 4th of July paper clip since it is around the corner. I'm going to move this. And I'm going to cut my ribbon, probably about that much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to cut at an angle. So it should look like that. For this one, I'm going to use a red paper clip. Okay, this part should be in the front. And then you're going to take your paper clip. You're going to take your ribbon. Loop it through. And then you're going to take your next ribbon and loop it through. And then just try to even them out. There you go. And then you're going to do the same thing, guys. You're just going to pull it as much as you can so that's nice and tight. And then put your glue gun. And then just take these little strings out. And let that dry for a bit. And I'm going to take one of these stars and I'm going to put it on my paper clip. But before I do that, because everything is a sticker, it's sticky, it's adhesive, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some cardstock and I'm going to take some cardstock, then I'm going to take my little scissors and I'm going to cut it just like that. And the reason why I do this, guys, is because I don't want the sticky part to be, since a lot of the star is going to be, you know, out in the open, not everything is going to be glued down. I don't want it to be getting sticky to my planner, my paper, or anything like that. And then when you have sticker, it gets all kinds of stuff on it, fabric, etc. Alright, so it should look like that. Now that this is dried, I'm going to take my hot glue gun again. Some people use crazy glue, but I think the hot glue gun just works faster and way better. And then I'm going to place my little star like so. And there you go. A 4th of July paper clip. There you go, guys. And that looks really, really cute. So that's exactly what it should look like. So now you have made 2 paper clips. Very quick, very easy. So now I'm going to make the next one. So this one is just going to be using an embellishment. I have these little roses that I picked up from Michael's. I have a lot of them left, so to show you guys how I get these done, I'm going to just go ahead and use them. So this one is a 3D sticker, and it has the foam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how I want to layer it. So if I want it to look like that, yeah, I think I want it to look like that. So I'm going to place my paper clip on there like that. I'm going to take my cardstock, and with my hole puncher, I'm going to cut a circle down. And because I don't want it to look just like that, it doesn't look too pretty, I'm going to put some hot glue, again, The hot glue gun is my best friend, guys, when it comes to crafting and planning. And then I'm gonna place this right on there like that. And it's really hot, so be careful. I burned my finger, like, I think it was like last week with the hot glue gun, and it was really, really painful. It tore my skin off. I literally wanted to cry because it hurt so bad. And you're not supposed to peel the hot glue off. You're supposed to just take your hand to the cold water and just let the cold water drip on it until it dries out. But there you go, guys. A rose paperclip. Very easy, very cute, very simple. And then the back looks still really nice, presentable. That was really fast. Alright, so for the next one, I'm going to use this ribbon right here. Just because it's pretty. I'm going to cut it. And then I also want to use this little guy right here. And then I'm going to cut that as well. And move that out of the way. So when doing two ribbons, you're going to layer. I should have used a red paper clip, but I didn't bring it. I have it over there in my desk. So you're just going to layer one over. And then you're going to take your paper clip and you're going to pull both ribbons through. Sorry. Okay, so you're gonna pull it through. Sometimes it's a good idea to have tweezers when you're doing this because sometimes it's harder for them to go through. But then you're gonna pull it. I don't know where. Okay. There you go. So just pull them individually. And it should look like that, guys. There you go. So you're going to do the same thing. Okay, you're going to pull it nice and tight. And then you're going to add your hot glue. I don't know why I always get it outside the clip. Okay. Oh, these little strings. So I'm just gonna hold that one down. Alright, perfect. So while I do that, I'm gonna cut this down. It's still kind of short. This is the struggle about ribbon. Okay, there you go. So that's what it should look like. You can just kind of play around with that. And then you're gonna take your nail polish again. Just to keep the ribbon from running, or from tearing, more like tearing. And there you go. Easy, simple, quick. And just to give you a recap of all the paper clips, And there you go, guys. So that's a quick, easy way to make your paper clips. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys found it helpful. Please leave your comments and feedback down below. Also, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. I do a lot of DIYs, a lot of planning with me. So I look forward to making all these videos for you guys. Take care and have a wonderful night. Bye.